networks is very much decentralized, fighting units on the ground, small units, keeping the communication lines open, fighting the enemy, in this case the competition, knowing the local population very well. So organizational design played a large part, and then also I think leadership. First on the battlefield, last to leave. If there's a crisis around the world, you want to be there with your lieutenant, or in this case your channel head, and you want to stand side by side and fight whatever the crisis is. So there are actually some parallels.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say, wouldn't know your name or your face, but you have been one of the most powerful men in international communications, and headquartered for a long time here in London.
Headquartered in London. I wouldn't say I was one of the most powerful, but thank you.
Well, given the size of MTV Networks International.
Well, and it's a good thing this face is not known, because we want glamour on the air. We don't want this. But London's been a great headquarters. I've seen it grow from a capital of a country to the true global city. So we decided to locate here. It's easier to manage the Europe operation from London, and it's easier actually to manage Asia from London than it is from the U.S. So, no, we're very happy with being here. We bought the TVAM building ages ago. I was sitting in the CEO's office there on the canal, and no, it's been a great employees, over 1,000 employees here in London. I took on British citizenship in a momentary lapse of the Queen's judgment. Very proud of that.
It wasn't your judgment, correct decision. I wanted to ask you though about, looking back, I mean, you talk about 1989 in the book as a seminal year for MTV, and I'm thinking about the fall of the Berlin Wall and everything that went on, particularly in the Eastern Bloc as then was. And are there any parallels with now? There you had satellite television playing, still an undefined role in political events that occurred there. Now we're talking about events in North Africa and the Middle East, about Twitter and Facebook and social media. Do you think they really do have an effect?
I do. I actually do. And I think in many ways MTV was the Twitter and Facebook of 1989. And we did something in parallel with Sky News, actually. We went on the Astra satellite in January of '89 and made a very conscious decision to flick the switch and go in the clear. So people were buying dishes behind the Iron Curtain well before there was internet, well before there were cell phones, and even in some regards television. So for the first time, whole peoples and whole countries were seeing, programming, but I think even more importantly, commercials. And I think when you do have that exposure, yes, so technology does play a role. We didn't bring the Berlin Wall down.
No, but you were there. Now listen, we're running out of time. Last question about your future. I mean, moving on from MTV, you're very, I know, deeply involved in global health and aid and development, subject we've been discussing this morning.
Yeah, and global health has been a very important part. We try to cover social issues. MTV does. I still say we, even though I'm not with the company anymore. And Gavi is my most recent. I've joined forces with the Global Alliance Vaccination Immunizations. Very simple. It's a remarkable story. It's very simple. It's very rare when you have a solution to a problem this complex. You give a vaccination to a child below age 5, you save a life. And the two largest killers are pneumonia and rotavirus. And lo and behold, in the last 12 months, there's a vaccination that's been developed for each one. So we're busily launching these two vaccinations, hope to save 4 million lives by 2015. It's Bill and Melinda Gates' largest initiative. Gavi has saved 5 million lives in the last 10 years. Not many people know about it.
No.
And by the way, the UK government's been very, very supportive.
Well, I hope they know about it now and continue to support you and all your work on that, and of course the other issues. Bill Rohde, thank you very much indeed.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Fascinating book there. And coming up next for you, it's all the latest weather.
As the drive